Well, I hope this is running. Good evening, folks. It's at 22:20. Not a Tuesday. On the 24th day, first month at 2023. The USGS don't have it listed, but evidently an earthquake was felt. I've been hearing reports from 3.2 from some people. They sent me shots in Messenger. I'm seeing this 3.0 from around the Morton Bay area. And so I've been asked by a lot of people, Robert, is this man-made? I said, right. This is a complicated answer to a loaded question that has plausible deniability built into it. In other words, proving this is hard. But are there factors that I can call into effect that could possibly lead to the determination of a man-made earthquake? Well, first we have to think about, can an earthquake be made by man? And to do that, I go back to Tesla. Everybody seems to understand Tesla. And he built this device here. It just puts steam in one end, it's a piston, and it comes out the other, and the valve, and up and down. And controlling how fast up and down it goes, or the frequency of which this is up and down, how frequent is it doing it? He actually caused earthquakes in New York. The police shut him down. They said he was going to shake his building apart. Yeah, the police actually shut him down when he did it, when he tested this. But this invention is well known. See, experimenting with a small version of his mechanical oscillator at his laboratory at 46 East Houston Street in Manhattan. He said it was small. You could carry it in your pocket, 7 inches long. No, really, you doesn't take much. Just keep doing it. Tap it, tap it, tap it, tap it, tap it. And at one point, the experiment with the oscillator, he ain't more alleged, this was reported. He resonates in several buildings and he caused complaints. No, he caused earthquake in New York. This story's been hammered down. So, they made a version of this. You may even see these around. They're used for finding minerals underground. They're called thumper trucks. And on the bottom of a thumper truck is a Nikola Tesla oscillator. Right built in here. Something that can pop up and down on a piston at a consistent rate. And they know that rate, and then there'll be a truck that picks up the seismic waves somewhere else, and they'll understand what's in the strata of the soil. It kind of like this. This shows it like that. They get one thumping, and they got these pickup things here, geophones, and they'll pick up the waves, and they'll find the oil fields, right? So they know, or other things, to where to go frack. And can fracking cause earthquakes? And are they fracking in that area was the next question I asked. Hey, so I went and I looked. And there's an article about there was a fracking field over here in Preston Road near Blackpool, where I lived. And they kept getting a lot of earthquakes until they shut it down. They ended up shutting the site down. No, they went higher than that. They hit a low 4, 3.8. They argue over what it was. I call it a low 4 because I remember when it happened. It brought chimneys down, and they shut the site down. And every time it opens back up, for some reason, there's an earthquake there when some guy is in the UK. It kind of amazes me. We can't do that, I would tell them. Yeah, frequency can be used to pop the ground enough times, and this stuff here splits the earth. And when it cracks the ground or fractures it, when they pump these chemicals and stuff that you'll see in these tanks, right? It can and has caused earthquakes that stop when these places are shut down. So then I asked myself, all right, Naranga, what do you got going on with oil and fracking exploration? You got any maps that show me anything here? And so I come up with this one. Oh, I better provide you with some links too. This is your homework. You got to know that they're poisoning your aquifer. And it's possible that you're going to see a lot of quakes in the areas where they start to do this fracturing technique of removing their natural gas or whatever it is. They're fracking the earth, man. They're shooting chemicals into the Mother Earth. And it's not going to go well with the aquifers. And that's a whole other topic I've been wanting to get onto. But tonight I'm just going to cover the basics of a possibility that something can happen, if that's okay with you. I need a little bit more room here. Come on. I Just want to be able to pop a comment in the box. Here we go. That one. And there's so many articles about that. And thumper trucks. You'll just Google these terms. Nikola Tesla's oscillator. I showed you these things. And you can find out. Have you seen any of these? This is a question I have to ask. Now I need to ask you a question for determining. Have any of these been operating out in the Naranga area? Have you seen any of these pulling in, these type trucks? You'll always see this device on them. It could be small. The bison here. It could be large. He's using whole fleets of trucks. See? He's turning around the corner. He's doing his job. One's a thumping, one's hearing it. One's listening to what's going on. They have to refuel somewhere. That's one there. See the plate on the bottom? Dumper truck. They don't have to be very big. Have you been seeing any of these around? I have to ask questions to do my determinants, and that's a question. But yes, they can be made by man, and it's a well-provable thing. Yeah, ain't just a few of them. And these were seen in Christchurch around the area before their big quake. They were seen around Kaikoura and Seddon before that big quake there. I talked to people when I was there. Not too long after that quake, actually, and I proved beyond a shadow of anybody in the audience's doubt that it was a man-made quake that struck Kaikoura. I even have my data, and I got lots of data. So you have to ask yourself, were there any beams as well? Because that's a factor. So I want to know if any of those thumper trucks were seen. And yeah, if you want that, I'll do your homework for you. No problem. That's what I do. When you save my life, it makes me want to save yours. And I think you guys did. The last of my chlorine went down the neck today. My voice is going to sound a bit odd again. I had to burn my vocal cords and my esophagus again. I gotta do whatever it takes. There's many ways to kill fungus and parasites, but I've got my terrain. Don't do what I do. Do what you need. Right, Chemstraya, let's see. I'm running there. I got a windy. I want to make sure I can get you all this data, because this is disappearing. They don't want you to know it's possible in Naranga that there's fracking going on. And there's a lot of drilling jobs too. I look, anybody want directional drilling jobs? Naranga's hiring. Now I went here and actually looked for jobs. Watch this, I go backwards. All these jobs over here. Mining firms and all that, they're looking. So everybody said they ain't got no jobs. But you wanna frack the earth, don't tell me you're doing it. But directional drilling and mining, this one had a lot. Because I looked, this makes sense. I was hoping I was going to see one of them trucks. So I could make a really quick link. Yeah, I don't give a shit. Reject you. See? Innovated. This place just sells fluids. They're not guilty of anything. They're really cool. They shouldn't have even picked their link. They ain't done no wrong. But it's the jabs that tell it off. Man, you don't get nothing. So you look here. The drilling experts. They're paying big. Directional drilling. That's what, and they have the boreholes very often. The drill heads can have an EMF emitter on them. And that's EMF borehole emitters, and that can also induce quakes. EMF can induce quakes. I know that is a fact. I use it to predict earthquake, and I'm really sorry if I hovered around your area after all those big beams yesterday. And one of my things I said, I ain't gonna surprise me if I see a quake. And I did this day, and I'm not surprised. So there's lots of drilling jobs, so we know they're going to be doing something over there. They're planned on it. These jobs, when they start hiring before you even agree to something, right, there's a communication thing going in for drilling, but that's probably just normal jobs. I don't know. I'm just saying there's a lot of that going on. And this page here I sent you is loaded. Loaded with information you're going to need to know to protect your aquifer. Right? Protect that aquifer. You have to. It's your groundwater. And they're going to put chemicals into it. My son lived in North Dakota where they had fracking fields. And he could light his tap water on fire. He would just hold the lighter. Dad, look at this. I went, oh my God, move. It contaminates things so bad that you have to buy the bottled water. Now, the only big beam I seen within You can go about 48 hours after a big beam and still see some enough perturbations to affect a big quake. And they pretty much removed this data. It's hard to catch. You get just a bit of it, and that's it. That's all you're getting of it on the times ahead of time. You had an absolute big beam come through here. You had a big beam come through here. It cut right through the area where this quake would have occurred. It was well inland. It wasn't just Morton Bay itself. It was inland. It's the area. You had a big pulse here. But this beam here, in combination of this beam here and all that wildness, absolute wildness that was going on over on the National Loopy. I'd have to pull my other video to show you, but a lot of you seen this action that's been going on out here for days. It may be in this one of my screenshots. Let me see if I get it. Is it this one? Oh, you know I'll be watching some stuff. Maybe this one. No, that was the lightning with the barium colors and lithium and stuff I showed earlier. No, unfortunately I don't have it. Yeah, I got oxygen. Look at the beam coming out here. I'm looking into some different type of ways of killing things with oxygen. And I need some oxygen to experiment with. Yeah, spray it in a jar and watch what happens. Oh. Yeah. Put you something in it that you need to kill. If the oxygen kills it, you know that oxygen can kill that. Well, I don't think they're going to tell you the truth. Now, the big beam that was going on there ain't going on. I'd really have to come over here and find it. So why the hell don't I? Now, this is a show. This is mine. I can do what I want. So let me go to my channel. I'll pull my YouTube up. Yeah, let's see. I want my channel. Yeah, I pulled this up earlier. It's this one I took yesterday. Yeah, you know, that was me being happy about something. Videos. I think it's this one here. Give me a minute. I know I had a look. I saw big beams. It might take me a couple videos to find this.
Yeah, what?
No, that was your big warning. That was a bad day for you guys. Coming. Might be. I put so many of them up. Now, it's not going to be on this one. It'll be on my Facebook. I'm going to go get it. I'm going to go get it. I want this image. I really do. Yeah, this is me. Good luck getting on it. No, really, I got 5,000. Watch this. You want to see? I can't even accept a friend request. Everybody wondering why. Well, my there's over 1,000. There's over 1,000 people waiting, and so I'm very sorry if I don't get to anybody. Hey, nice piece of jewelry. Nice smile. Good to see a family. Stars. So yeah, it's one of those things. So I'm gonna go find my video. Now you got to see this. It's too important. So sorry if this isn't what you was expecting, but you get what you pay for. Whatever I feel like showing. Sydney sees the fireworks. That was an interesting video. That was Texas getting their frying up of a storm coming. The Vac Street Boys, formerly the Backdoor Boys, with the sniffer. He's dead. Come on, man. Come on, man. You can put another face up there, man. Come on, Donald. We got room for you, Mister. We gave the warp speed. You left Donald Trump out. He needs to be there. He warp speeded the vaccine. Nah. You guys don't pick one side. Be honest. I'm gonna go. I'm really trying to find this video. It might be in this one here. Actually, the Fitzroy Crescent one.
Morning, folks. It's
Shut up, Robert. Boom. I just want what I did. So give me a moment here. Yeah, they'll be in this. It'll be in this one, absolutely. Shut up. Yeah, that's where they turned it off. No, I got this one. I definitely do. Just give me a minute. So I'm already documenting some stuff. I document. So maybe it's the next one down. You guys are really gonna get it bad over there. See, oh, right there it was. Right. Won't take a little luck. Right. You see this beam here? Fanning out like a rake. See that? Right there. It is a huge blast. It goes right through that area there as well. So we got to add that beam going across. All this action over here. The one coming down the coast and the possibility of fraction and thumper trucks. And I think you got the recipe for an earthquake. I really, 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 really do. So that's what I wanted to show about that. I think it was important that you understand it. I look at many, 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 many factors, and that's a huge one right there. Uh-huh. Right. So we'll go off with that. Well, this is the current loopy. I'm going off with that. There's your thumpers. Did I go through everything? And what are they after? They want to pass that gas through your house and into their truck. Now you ain't going to be able to drive unless you've been a very good boy. While they poison this shale play area. There's water under here. There's an aquifer. Yeah. Poison an aquifer. Watch this. Fracking. Queensland. Nah, you fuck you. Fracking Queensland, Naranga. Look. I would just start here. Grants fracking leases to fragile countries side, and I very much don't like to think about this being poisoned. How do you get the people that will vote against it away from it? You flood them off their land or burn them out. Because it's worth enough money to them. How do you get enough oil in there to burn you out? That's for sure. But they got to pump chemicals into our beautiful mother. And it's going to poison your aquifer, in my opinion. If I had to say that. Fossil fuels. There ain't no fossil fuel. You had to pump a chemical in to get it out. Leave it alone. People's houses going to start sinking. Yeah. 225,000 hectares of Mother Nature. Free-flowing river systems. No, man, they can't be allowed to do this. No. No, for the water who I'm their friends, I say no. Water tells me to say no. No. For in its name, no. No, you don't poison this. No, do not poison the water. It's unacceptable. I'm very against this. Is bad. Fracking. Warning on use of fracking chemicals. Now, this ought to be interesting. At the Guardian, warning against the usage of such things. Right? It's bad. Bad. Should we just kill this basin or the other one? For the gas industry. Or the gas could kiss my ass industry. I get very upset when I think about, imagine all that just going away. Turn into a desert wasteland, and even 1,000 years from now, anything that drank out of the water would die. That's unacceptable. And the chemicals, they put them into big ponds and they just evaporate into the air. It gives off a lot of methane, which they say is a greenhouse gas. Oh no, it's do as we say and we do as we want. Don't we quit poisoning my mother and possibly causing earthquakes across Australia today. Because all the signs clearly say that I have about 5 indicators that clearly say it's possible. And if I add 5 together and one bad excuse about a meteor, I smell it a lie. But, you know, their nose always tells you the truth. After they get caught. Yeah. So, and with that said and done, I'm going to confirm the totals that I said earlier. Fitzroy Crescent, and come for you again. You're going to have another major event, and I'm very sorry to have to be the one to tell you. Some of these tendrils are actually being shown to go over this entire area. And at some point, one will pass you. Oh my God, the storms you're going to get over the next 10 days through here. What a fucking shame. As far as what's going on today is concerned, I just wore myself out going through that. So I'm going to let this roll while I add a bit of coffee. My vocal cords are very strained. Yeah, I'm just glad to have a voice still. Have you found yours yet? That's okay. I found yours for me. I'll do it. It looks like you got some storms today. Let me. I want to go to the thunderstorm. I don't usually like to use this one. Yeah, but I already know what's gonna happen, so it's not like it's a surprise. Mm-hmm. See the tendril. See the flow. You guys are gonna have a bad time through here. Conolingus is gonna get it. The ball goes good. I might get a little bit of moisture. I don't know. It's hard to tell. We got that's just the big ones. That's where you get these. That we was over here. Mm. What a look. Mount Isa looks like they're gonna be beaming south, so they're gonna pin it north. So glitch, glitch, glitch. You couldn't have glitched more than this thing did. They glitched it to an earthquake. We got called a quake, as I've called them that before. And I'm pretty convinced, in my opinion, it was induced by man. There's a lot of factors out there I need information on, but the beams intersecting in that spot made me even cheekily say I wouldn't be surprised there'd be an earthquake here. There fucking was. So I'm gonna blame the beams in Brisbane along with that big line of one, and I got some good shots of it. Yeah, I actually went on the time it happened. I'm so funny, nothing to show here. I'm so used to them nothing to show here is going on that a long time ago I learned to take screenshots. Yeah, even in the corner of my screen here, I'll know when I took that shot, and I've already got other shots for the zoom back. Oh yeah, I'm playing games. I got lots of shots of this beam actually. How it nucleated, what it did, where everything intersected, where the quake happened is right about you see what this is what I get? They don't want me showing this online. Think I won't pull that back up again, or maybe I'll go to this one. I got lots of them. See the beam intersection line right here where the earthquakes happened right about but that's Cape Byron. That'll be probably Fraser Island. Right about here. See where I'm pointing here? Where all these intersections of stuff is? Right here. Oh, isn't that nice? Where all these Legos are. Right in here. That's where the quake happened. Happened right there. See the map? Went on a bump. Bump the bump, said the trash can man. So do I think this is EMF induced? I 100% though. And I think it was caused by some very large devices aided by that Brisbane beam that I showed you just a few moments ago. And that is my opinion on that. That's all I got to say about that for now. So, you asked, I told my opinion. There's the data. You're welcome. Oils and fracking is bad. Poisoning the mother with a jab in the earth with a bunch of chemical shit that they should just destroy because it's a chemical. It is a waste product and it's not needed, but they can make money off of pumping it into something because there's some sick bastards out there that don't care about the planet. This poor guy's working around all that evaporative smells and all that. He probably can get sick. He ain't got a respirator on. It's not healthy, this water down here. Why do you think they got plastic tarp? And it's evaporating. A bird might come down and take a drink of this. It's unacceptable. In your country, a lot of stuff's going to die. And I worry about those birds, those beautiful, colorful flocks of cockatoos and parrots and lorikeets and every one that I can't even hardly even speak their name because the thought of them drinking out of this pond and seeing their own reflection in there and never seeing the don't do it sign. Never seeing the skull and crossbones. Never seeing the left and right wings of the bird that are pecking this planet fucking dry. Absolutely dry. So I want to know, have you seen any thumper trucks around? They're not always as big as that. Sometimes they're like that smaller one like this. With this device, it's always got to be there. They ain't got the thing to go boom, 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 boom. And remember, Tesla said he did one that was 7 inches long. You could put it in his pocket. But the bigger one he had, it was done with steam. Yeah, the full-size ones that are remade. Yep. Hey, guy there, look what you're doing. The story of fracking. Hello, Anti-Slide. I didn't have permission to use yours, but shall we look at Anti-Slideshow? Why not? Because this is your chance to know. And if you got a chance to know something, you should. And if you know something, you should give somebody else that chance and teach what you know. And take that with you. You will take that with you when you go, actually. You can't take your money with you when you go, but you will take your knowledge. So pass it. Humans have been curious about the unknown. I don't know if this is for or against. So expect my unique commentary. Dude, man, wash your fucking feet. Jesus Christ. What's under our feet? Yeah, right. The mother. Known as fossil fuel. They proved that. I'm sorry. I ain't going any further on that. You're going to spew a fucking lie. Don't do it. I'm not going to even assist that. So you thump the hell out of it here. You put your sensors there. Maybe you crack something on the ground. You don't care. You don't feel it because you're thumping away. Thumping away, man. Seismic surveys are in this area. Yeah, as they drill those test wells and they put something in it, it's possible that could frack too. Maybe they set an explosion in the ground and check the seismic waves that way. There's many ways. Oh my. Waves and directions and propagation. You ever hear those words from me? You ever? You ever hear me talk about wave propagation? Didn't I show you it on Mimic? Have I ever shown you wave propagation before? Right there. Now we had the localized shit, and you'll make an earthquake. It's actually very similar to what happened in New Zealand. And if I look at New Zealand today, I ain't too happy here either. I get a big block here. Let's see. That would put your highest quake risk right about there. Because of this beam coming over here, the triangle of that over there, and beams I watched happen overnight that I keep in the back of my head. You got another one shooting double right here, so you got a ship. No, wait a minute. No, that's actually possible to come from here. Even though this device here is supposed to only aim south, twinned with this one, to protect against missiles. Chem bombs suck. Big beams off the coast here. Yeah, it's possible this is a man-made earthquake. Yes, Robert Deutsch's opinion says, yeah, pretty confidently. Yeah, man, that's a man-made. I would. But I have to, for legal purposes, say, in my opinion, this is man-made. In my opinion, nobody should ever frack my planet. In my opinion, nobody should point the great artesian basins of Australia or anywhere in the world should never be poisoned. And water's a human and actually a right for everything on this planet. It should never be sold. You should be able to drink it cleanly. And if you can't drink it cleanly, stop putting stuff in it that makes it not clean. And with that said, and with that done, I'm tired, boss. But I'm going to keep going. Because I got one more thing I want to look at. I want to see, is there any visible evidence in the last 4 hours of anything unusual in this area? We had a terrible lightning storm off the coast here yesterday, which I documented in thank you, Layla, for sending me that home video you had, and I went over it. Right. The quake occurred about here. Were there any big booms over the top of this place? As I have to know. And the data should be on here. It's within the time frames. Yeah, I pinched it pretty quick. So it'll be about... Oh, God. Continuing. Is it continuous? I'm going to have to run in a minute. Excuse me, let it go clear. If you find my work of value and you wish to support it, you may do so at paypal.me/Robert Deutsch. No, I'm not seeing any super duper explosions or anything around here. You do got a terrible amount of chem. Let it go in. In a minute, it'll go clear again. You have a lot of chem, a lot of EMF. Pew! Look at that fire. Whammo, look at these bombs going over here. Hello. Right there's chem bombs. Chem bomb, chem bomb, chem bomb, chem bomb, chem bomb. Chemi, bomb. Bomb, bomb, chemi, bomb. Biddy, bomb, bomb, chemi, bomb. Bomb, bomb, bomb. Bomb, bomb, bomb. Bomb, 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 bomb. Bomb, 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 bomb. What, teacher? Com bombs. Look at it. The veg. This is sickness mix. No, this is sickness mix. 100% sure. Oh man. Right, folks. Windows closed. Probably alright through here. This sweat. And this is falling out in the ocean. Look. Center point here. Oh my. It's so obvious now. I've never seen so blatantly rubbing my nose and shit as they do now. When they get permission to spray the skies openly, what's going to be left here to look at it that ever seen a real sky before? Because only that which will survive this type of environment will live. We call it natural selection. I call it genocide. Not even, it's worse. Genocide is just the genes. This is a speciescide. I don't know, matricide, you know what it is? It's fucking wrong. It's wrong to decide to do this. And if you die by a bunch of shit in the sky that they threw out on you, it's like the sky's a sewer. It's sewer-side. It is. This is sewer-side. All these bombs going over these 4 fucking folks. I am so sorry. This is upsetting me again. Look what they did here south of Harvey Bay. Oh, it's beautiful coast. Beautiful colored waters. Animals. Which some may never, ever be seen or known about by man. Because we think we know it all. But yeah, we don't take the time to see the sea. We know it all. But we only see the forest for the tree. We think we know it all. And that we care about it all. But yet, look what we're doing to the big all. I'm sorry, folks. This breaks my heart.